So this is like deja vu because he showed up in my last TBR Pile video and I was also wearing a hat in my last TBR Pile video. Look at how large he is. Whoa! Are you showing your toes? Say woo! Hey everyone, it's Kaylee and today I'm going to be showing you guys my TBR pile. So I did one of these videos like quite recently, but a lot of people have been redoing them and my TBR pile has actually changed quite a bit. So I wanted to redo mine as well. And I talked about this in the part one of this video where I just kind of talk about my TBR and what I'm hoping to do this year with my TBR. I will link that down below, and also right here it'll open in a new window for you so you can still watch this one. But basically I'm redoing this because I need help from you guys. I need help deciding which books are really worth the read and which books are worth keeping on my TBR pile. So right now I'm not sure the exact number, I'll let you guys know when this is done, but I know over 100 books on my TBR, and it's just really stressing me out. And I want to be able to participate in the hashtag 0x16 challenge. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to get rid of quite a few books off of my TBR. And some of these I'm actually reconsidering right now. So I'm gonna basically divide this video into sections. There's going to be the reconsidering section, then the first book in series section, so I only own the first book in that series or it's not out yet, and then there's also going to be the full series section, and then there's going to be the standalone section, so I'll let you know when, like what section is when. Oh, and I'm also going to show you guys in a separate section the books I'm currently reading. I'll start with those. But basically, I would like you guys to let me know your opinions on a lot of the books that are on my TBR. Not especially the ones on my reconsidering shelf-ish thing. I have a shelf on Goodreads actually with those books, so I'll link that down below. Especially those, I would like your opinion, but also all the other books on my shelf. Let me know if they're worth the read, if I should skip them, just your opinion on them, and like if enough people say skip a certain book, then I will probably skip it. So yeah, I just need help getting rid of books because it's hard. So if you want to see me go more into depth about kind of my TBR and also like the challenges and stuff, then watch the part one-ish thing of this video, which is just talking about Project TBR and hashtag 0x16. So yeah, I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to get into my TBR pile. So these first two books are ones I'm currently reading, and these two are the ones I'm hoping to finish today. So first I have Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. I have to read this for my Canadian literature course, and I have like a quarter of it left. I'm really loving it so far. And next is Infinite by Jodi Meadows. I'm halfway through this one, but I really want to finish it today. I don't know my opinion on it yet. Like yes, but also no, I'm not quite sure. And then I'm also currently reading The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. I'm not far in this at all. I'm like, I don't know, like that little first section, that's how far I am. So I'm not far at all, but I really do want to get into it more. And then the final book that I'm currently reading is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince by J.K. Rowling, which is the 6th book in the Harry Potter series, and I'm nearly halfway through and I'm really loving it. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the books that I am reconsidering. First I have The Distance Between Us by Casey West, Pulse and Tremor by Patrick Carman. Tremor is like way down below, so I don't really want to pick it up. The Visions trilogy by Lisa McMahon, consisting of Crash, Bang, and Gasp. Guilt by Catherine Longshore, The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini, A Need So Beautiful by Suzanne Young, Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian, Not a Drop to Drink by Mindy McGinnis, and I know I just got this quite recently, but I don't know if I'm like into it. I don't know. The last two books of the Under the Never Sky trilogy by Veronica Rossi, Through the Evernight and Into the Still Blue. I read the first one and I just didn't really like it that much, so I'm not sure if I really want to continue with it. Of Poseidon by Anna Banks, The Pivot Point duology by Casey West, consisting of Pivot Point and Split Second. Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, the first two books in the Madman's Daughter trilogy by Megan Shepherd, The Madman's Daughter, and Her Dark Curiosity. The first two books in the Partial sequence by Dan Wells, Partials, and Fragments. Immortal City by Scott Spear, Every Day by David Levithan, Revolution by Jennifer Donnelly. I heard this has to do with the French Revolution, so I'm kind of thinking I might keep it because I do really like the French Revolution, like the history of it, not the actual like off with their head thing because that's pretty shitty, but Yeah, I'm kind of interested in this, but I don't know. Anti-Goddess by TBR Blake. I read Anna Dressed in Blood, the duology by TBR Blake, and I didn't really like it. But this one is about Greek mythology, so I'm kind of more interested in it, but I'm not quite sure yet. Uninvited by Sophie Jordan. The first two books in the Taken trilogy or series by, who's it by? Erin Bowman. So the first one is Taken and the second one is Frozen. Bright Young Things by Anna Godberson. Sweet Evil by Wendy Higgins, Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, Red Glove by Holly Black, which is actually the second book in the Curse Workers trilogy. I just don't know if I want to buy the first so then I can read it. I don't know. Revolver by Marcus Sedgwick, which I obviously never took the sticker off. And I think this is the last one, but it's Tiger's Curse by Colleen Hooke. It's on like the bottom of a pile at my bottom shelf, so I just don't want to take it out. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the first books in a series. So these are books that I don't own the whole series. Either it's not out yet or whatever reason, and I haven't read the first book. Half Bad by Sally Green, The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, Leviathan by Scott Westerfeld, Proxy by Alex London, Talon by Julie Kagawa, The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson, Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood, Splintered by A.G. Howard, Dune by Carrie Corp and Lori Langdon, Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick, The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, The Archived by Victoria Schwab, These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, Serafina by Rachel Hartman, Black City by Elizabeth Richards, White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout, Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wine, I don't know, Origin by Jessica Khoury, In the Shadow of Blackbirds by Kat Winters, Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh, Angel Fall by Susan E., Grave Mercy by Robin Lefevers, The Testing by Joelle Charbonneau, The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simons, and The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer. So now I'm going to be moving along to series. So this is either the entire series or like the last few books in a series or whatever. You'll get the point. After I finish Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, all I'll have left to read is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor, which is the second book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, which I still have to read this one. The final three books in the Lux series by Anna Godberson, Rumors, Envy, and Splendor. All 5 books in the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan, The Lost Hero, The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, The Blood of Olympus. The Delirium trilogy by Lauren Oliver, including Delirium, Pandemonium, and Requiem. The Eon duology by Alison Goodman, Eon, and Iona. The first 2 books in the Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness, The Knife of Never Letting Go, and The Ask and the Answer. The Gemma Doyle trilogy by Libba Bray, A Great and Terrible Beauty, Rebel Angels, and the massive The Sweet Far Thing. These 2 books from the Throne of Glass series, Crown of Midnight, and Heir of Fire. All the books but the first one of the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So Onyx from the Beginnings bind-up, Opal and Origin from the Consequences bind-up, and the last book, Opposition. And also the selection stories, The Prince and the Guard by Kiera Cass, which is the 2 novellas for the selection series. The Treatment by Suzanne Young, the final book of the Program duology. Rain by Amanda Sun, the second book of the Paper Gods trilogy. The Just One Day duology by Gail Forman. Just One Day, and the companion Just One Year. The first 2 books in the Forsaken trilogy by Lisa M. Stoss, The Forsaken and The Uprising. And I'm kind of reconsidering these a little bit, I don't know. Across the Universe and A Million Suns by Beth Revis, which I can't take out because they're holding up the shelf. Perfect Lies by Kirsten White, the conclusion to the Mind Games duology. The Evolution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin, the second book in the Mara Dyer trilogy. Sapphire Blue by Kirsten Gear, which was translated by Anthea Bell, the second book in the Ruby Red trilogy. Jeez, that was hard. The final 2 books of the Legend trilogy by Marie Lu, Prodigy, and Champion. And The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey, which is the second book of the Fifth Wave trilogy. So I'm pretty sure that's it for series, so now I'm going to move on to the last section, which is going to be standalones. Please Ignore Veer Dietz by A.S. King. I don't know how to say the last name, so I'm sorry. Tease by Amanda Messiel. Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler with illustrations by Mara Coleman. Attachments by Rainbow Burwell. Mr. Penumbra's 24 TBR Bookstore by Robin Sloan, More Than This by Patrick Ness, Entwined by Heather Dixon, The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Elir Sanez, Where Things Come Back by John Corey Whaley, The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider, Beauty Queens by Libba Bray, The Disenchantments by Nina LaCour, The Golem and the Ginny by Helen Wecker, The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black, The Ghost Bride by Yangzi Chu, which I can't take out because it's holding up the shelf, along with I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson, and Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour, Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys, I'm not sure, Say What You Will by Cami McGovern, Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King, Faking Normal by Courtney C. Stevens, The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson, Side Effects May Vary by Julie Halpern, The Walled City by Ryan Groden, which I am so excited for, Vicious by V.E. Schwab, How I Live Now by Meg Rassa, and Milkweed by Jerry Spinelli. So I think that was all for my TBR pile. I don't know what the grand total is right now, but I will put it right here. It's probably a lot. Yeah. Oh, books. Yeah, so if you guys could help me figure out which I should get rid of, please, that would be amazing. And yeah, we can do this together. Let's just get rid of our TBRs. So that is all for today's video. I will probably see you on Thursday, hopefully, if all goes well and I wake up early enough. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.